At the 2022 Commonwealth Championships, she exceeded her expected bench by 3.85%, hitting 149 kilograms instead of her projected 143.48 kilograms. Then, at the 2022 IPF Worlds, she stunned everyone by surpassing her projection by 8.10%, successfully attempting 137.5 kilograms against an expected 127.2 kilograms. With this track record, Brittany had proven her knack for stepping up when it mattered in the bench press. If Brittany were able to repeat that magic and hit 3.85% to 8.10% above her projected top end of 164.80 kilograms, she could bench anywhere from 171.14 kilograms to 178.14 kilograms, with the upper hand even surpassing Alexis' world record of 172.5 kilograms. This would not only put Brittany in contention to challenge Alexis' world record, but also drastically narrow Sonita's commanding lead, cutting it down by 23.64 kilograms to 30.65 kilograms, leaving her with just 2.85 kilograms to 9.86 kilograms ahead of Brittany. Plus, if Brittany managed to hit near the top end of 178.14 kilograms, she could maintain a slim lead over Alexis, intensifying the battle for the top spot. The stakes couldn't be higher as the race to the finish line grew ever more thrilling. The two-time IPF World Champion, Brittany, started to close the gap on Sonita, taking the overall championship lead with her bench opener of 140 kilograms.
Coaching her today.
Brittany settled in the squat event with 280. I say settled, quotation marks, but it's below her personal best. And yet she's in the biggest fight of her career. She needs to make up some kilos someplace. That looked good.
That was fast.
It was surprisingly modest, especially given the monumental gravity of this battle. Earlier in the season at the Sheffield Championships, where she also went head-to-head with Sonita, Brittany had opened with a massive 147.5 kilograms, her heaviest opener ever. Just 8 days after Sheffield, she opened with 142.5 kilograms at the Central Canadian Championships. At the 2023 IPF World Classic Championships, without the pressure of Alexis Jones, arguably the strongest pound-for-pound athlete in the world, and a Sonita who wasn't squatting 300 kilograms or more, despite her potential, Brittany had opened with 142.5 kilograms again, 2.5 kilograms more than her 2024 IPF World Opener of 140 kilograms, the lowest opener of her season. But now, as the relentless battle for the IPF title raged on, Sonita wasn't holding back. She came out swinging with a 142.5 kilograms bench, marking her heaviest opener to date.
Ambitious, overly ambitious, or right on point?
Best she's done on the platform so far is 147.5, but she blew past her squat PB. Maybe she'll do the same on bench.
Wow.
Oh wow, that was not ambitious. That was a great looking opener.
2.5 kilograms more than her previous opener at the 2024 Sheffield Championships. With this bold move, Sonita sent a clear message. She was here to claim ultimate victory. More importantly, she extended her lead over the defending champion by another 2.5 kilograms, pushing Brittany further onto the back foot with a 33.5 kilograms deficit. Now, it was Alexis' turn. She stepped up for her 152.5 kilograms bench attempt, fully aware of the 36 kilograms gap she needed to close to catch Sonita.
Number. This is 152.5.
But with With the strongest bench of the three, Alexis knew this was her moment to make a move. This wasn't the first time she had opened with 152.5 kilograms in the 2024 season. She had done it earlier at the 2024 PA National Trials. Her heaviest opener to date had been 160 kilograms, and we all knew what she was capable of, especially after setting the bench world record of 172.5 kilograms at the 2023 USAPL Raw Nationals. But from the start, it was clear that Alexis wasn't looking to match or break her own bench world record at the IPF Worlds. If we really look at her bench opener, it's clear she wasn't aiming for a record-breaking attempt right off the bat. Historically, Alexis tends to add 7.14 kilograms to her second bench attempts on average, 2.93 kilograms higher than the typical 5.21 kilograms increment seen in the weight class. That usually jumps by 5.45 kilograms, which is 1.90 kilograms above the super heavyweight classes' approximate average third bench increment of 3.64 kilograms. What does this all mean? It means Alexis stands head and shoulders above her rivals in the bench, a true force, blazing past average increments and pushing the limits of what's expected in her weight class. For comparison, she's adding 52.2% more to her third attempt than the average weight class increment and 56.24% more on her second attempt. So, if she follows her typical game plan, her second attempt could push her to 159.64 kilograms, already closing the gap to Sonita. And if she hits her typical third attempt increase, she would be looking at 165.09 kilograms, 7.41 kilograms shy of her world record bench of 172.5 kilograms. With her successful bench opener at 152.5 kilograms, Alexis had just cut Sonita's lead to 26 kilograms, slashing 27.78% of the 36 kilograms gap that once separated them. It was a powerful statement. Alexis was very much still in the fight, and the championships was far from decided. Brittany, still on the hunt to tame both of her prime rivals, fired back with a strategic move, increasing her second bench attempt by a solid 7.5 kilograms, bringing her bench to 147.5 kilograms.
She's in a real scrap here, barely staying ahead of Alexis Jones in the projected totals.
It was as if she had finally woken up to the magnitude of the competition. This marked her heaviest second bench increment of the 2024 season. In previous events like the Sheffield Championships and Central Canadian Championships, the seemingly iron-willed defending champion had typically added just 5 kilograms to her second attempt. But here, in this high-stakes battle, Brittany knew she had to push harder to keep herself in the race. But the question is, was it too late? If we account for Brittany's average third bench increment of 5.25 kilograms, her second attempt of 147.5 kilograms would theoretically set her up for a third attempt of 152.75 kilograms. However, at the 2022 CPU National Trials, Brittany had increased her final bench attempt by 7.5 kilograms, well above the weight classes' average third increment of 3.64 kilograms. Following the same tactics here, raising her final attempt by 7.5 kilograms would give her a theoretical bench of 155 kilograms, which would still fall short 6.94 kilograms or 4.29% below her baseline bench projection of 161.94 kilograms. Unfortunately, this wasn't enough to halt Sonita's momentum. At that point, trying to hit her baseline bench projection of 161.94 kilograms would feel like a Hail Mary attempt, an all-or-nothing gamble that could risk her entire campaign with the heightened chance of a missed attempt or even injury. It would have been a dangerous move. The battle was quickly turning in Sonita's favor. Her lead had transformed into something truly formidable, like an unstoppable tsunami crashing forward, relentless and overpowering. She had managed to sustain a 26 kilograms lead over both Alexis and Brittany. However, the fight to the finish line was far from over. As the competition raged on, Sonita, for the second time in her sporting history, benched 147.5 kilograms.
To be a world champion. That looked like her opener, Joe.
It looked just the same.
Matching Brittany's second bench attempt of 147.5 kilograms. With this, Sonita managed to increase her lead back to a commanding 31 kilograms over the defending champion, Brittany. This move placed Brittany in a corner where she had no choice but to rely on the final round of the championships to determine the winner.